Welcome to Beers and Brawls, the show my guests and I drink beer and talk all things wrestling. I'm your host Jared, and thank you for joining me on another episode of Beers and Brawls. We have a huge guest for you tonight. This has been a long time in the making. I'm so glad we get to sit down and chat with him today. His accomplishments, the list is way too long, but three of the main ones: Riot City Wrestling Tag Team Champion 3 times, World Series Tag Team Champion 3 times, and Melbourne City Championship Wrestling Tag Team Champion twice. He's one half of one of the most successful tag teams in Australian wrestling, maybe even the world. Formerly known as Eli Theseus, you now know him as Ilia. Ilia, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on.
No.
It's an honour, it's a pleasure, long time coming. I've seen the poster and now here we are.
No, thank you, man. I appreciate you coming in. Like I said in the intro, it's been a long time coming. Really wanted to get you on here for a while, so it's great to sit down and have a chat with you. Now, obviously, you've come off some time off. You're now back in the ring, training, getting ready for obviously World Series coming up.
That's right.
How's the body feeling now you're back into it?
Body is feeling fantastic. It's feeling, honestly, like the best it's felt in a long time. Just had a few bits and pieces I needed to give some TLC to.
Yep.
And just give the mind a little bit of a rest as well. Because as wrestlers, we often find ourselves running really hard, really fast for long periods of time. And it's good to give the entire nervous system a little bit of a rest, you know. So that was what I found myself doing on the tail end of last year and in the early parts of 2026. And yeah, I'm feeling ready to go. The cobwebs have been shaken out. We're moving on to the nitty gritty now.
Yeah.
To be able to return at a high level.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm excited.
Absolutely, and you know, as we're recording this, we've got World Series coming up soon. This will be out before then, but you guys have been a mainstay of World Series.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to represent not only the Parea but Riot City Wrestling, all those companies on such a grand stage? It's
fantastic. It's an honor. It never gets old. Honestly, those shows bring just a level of energy that is hard to come by on the independent circuit, because they are so organized and planned over long periods of time, and there's a super, generous budget, let's just say. So yeah, the energy on those shows is like nothing else.
Yeah.
And yeah, I look forward to making my return to the ring on such a prestigious platform, and like you said, representing Riot City, my home, representing Adelaide, South Australia, and representing the Parea. It's going to be fantastic.
Absolutely. And that'll be your first sort of, it'll be your return to the ring since your time off anyway.
That's right, yeah. It'll be my first time in the ring since October of last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, a good 6 months, 7 months, whatever it is. Yeah.
No, awesome. Looking forward to seeing it, man. Let's get into some questions, because I want everyone to know a bit more about you.
100%.
So first question, who are you? Who's Ilia? What are you all about?
Well, Ilia is my great-grandfather's name, and the region in Greece that side of my family are from, you'll find Prophet Ilia churches, Greek Orthodox churches, all over that region. Cool. So often you'll find a lot of people in that area with that name, Ilia. So it's my, I guess, God-given name in a lot of ways. It's my family-given name. And it's an extension of my personality. I've been calling myself the Prophet. Yeah. Because I'm wanting to, speak the good word into the world, and just carrying my Greek heritage, which was displayed as part of the Parea, continuing that legacy on in this new incarnation of Eli, now Ilia, and just having an opportunity to kind of do things with an all me approach, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
where it's my vision and it's on my time and it's setting out to accomplish what I want to put out into the world.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at this stage of the game. We kicked off with it late last year before I went into the wilderness, for lack of a better term. And now I'm excited to pick up in, you know, the remaining months of this year, once we handle business at World Series.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome, that's nice, that's great. Now I just want to put out there to everyone, any Greek people watching, I butchered his name, yes, my Aussie bogan accent, but don't flame me in the comments. Thank you.
You did a great job.
When did you start wrestling?
I started my training in 2015 and I had my first match in front of people on New Year's Eve of that year. So right on the tail end of 2015.
Yeah.
And then I had my official, you know, indie debut in April of 2016.
Nice.
So yeah, we're in now 2026. So I've been working for 10 years now.
10 years, yeah. Nice.
And started my training about 11 years ago now. So yeah, it's been a crazy decade, and I can't believe I'm already at this point. That much time has elapsed.
Yeah.
But no time like the present.
Absolutely.
And it's been a wild ride ever since the beginning.
Yeah, man. Definitely done a lot in the 10 years.
Thank you.
Who's your favourite wrestler or wrestlers and why?
That's a tough one to sort of single out one. I have different wrestlers that I would like to watch for different things.
Yeah.
I love if I'm watching wrestling to enjoy, you know, in-ring action. I love to watch Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
Love to watch Kurt Angle. That kind of that roster from that time when those guys were in their prime.
Yeah.
And a lot of those matches that they would mix up with. I love to watch those matches. I love that kind of hard-hitting style from, you know, 20 years ago is definitely my cup of tea.
Yeah, for sure.
But I also like to watch, you know, your larger than life characters like your Stone Colds and The Rocks and John Cena and all those kinds of guys. I love to watch their promo segments on TV.
Yeah.
And just the level of spectacle that they bring to the game is something that I love to study.
Yeah.
Because I just want to know what it is that you need to do to be able to capture the imagination of that many people and be able to hold them in the palm of your hand like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I watch a lot of the biggest, the most over and famous wrestlers that there have been.
Yeah.
I like to watch them as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because you want to try and emulate the most successful people that have ever existed in wrestling.
Yeah, no, 100%.
That makes sense to me.
No, it makes 100% sense. No, I get it. This will be hard to narrow down, but favourite match of yours?
There's a few that I could probably single out. We had a match in 2018 with Maddie and Big Luke, Brody Marshall and Grimm.
Yeah.
Gods and Monsters, that was their name.
Yeah.
It's so long ago now that I sometimes, you know, because it's been, even since they were a tag team, it's been a really long time. So just sometimes I forget. But we had a match with them at HQ. Remember we were doing those shows?
Yeah.
And I think it was the first HQ that we did. And I just remember we just couldn't, for whatever reason, like sometimes you just have these nights where you can just do no wrong.
Yeah.
And that was just a big milestone for us. I think that was kind of around the time where people were really starting to take notice of the team, and you know, we still had Steen in there as well, so we had another layer, and we were just, you know, super exciting young baby faces. I was like 21, 22 at the time.
Yeah.
That one always sticks out to me. And then a couple that I've had on World Series, probably the Brian Cage and the Gordon match in 2022 at Adelaide Oval was kind of another one of those ones that elevated us again and just kind of had no business being as good as it was. And it just kind of, it's just again one of those nights where sometimes you just capture lightning in a bottle and you don't plan to, it just kind of happens. And I want to throw one from MCW in there as well, because there's just been so many like great moments in that Thornbury Theatre. There was a match we had with Rocky Monero and Adam Brooks in 2024, and we had brought John and Nick Kairouz, the TikTokers, in to be our special enforcers, and then they ended up turning on us in the match, which then led to a 5-on-5 on the following show. But that match that set all of that up, just that story thread throughout the show, and that match in particular was just really exciting and just had a lot of like really fun story elements. So that's one of my favorites from MCW, or just any match I've ever had with the Natural Classics, spanning multiple promotions.
For sure.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. No, good ones. Dream opponent currently in Australian wrestling?
Oh, that's interesting. I've been very blessed to be able to wrestle a lot of them already. So I'll just throw out some that I haven't had a chance to work with yet. Robbie Eagles comes to mind. I would have loved to have done something with the Dropouts. When the Parea was sort of at our peak in Australia. Those guys sort of, they were there, but they've really blown the lid off things in the last year or so, and that was always something I wanted to do. I just think the dynamics there, especially if you would do it in Sydney, because it's a little known fact outside of New South Wales, but the Parea are absolutely despised in Sydney, and there's I think like a PWA or even a World Series where you could have had the hometown heroes, the Dropouts against your stock standard foaming at the mouth, just losing their minds, angry, antagonizing Parea in Sydney against those guys. That's one that I've always thought about. Who else is there, man? I've been so blessed. I think about some of like the old school guys that just weren't really around like after I came up. Like I think of Jag as Harley Jackson. I don't think I've ever actually met him, but I would love to wrestle him just because he's someone that everyone talks about, and he, he's a bit of a pioneer of the Australian scene.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'll throw him in there as well. And then just like all the young ones coming up in RCW now, and even over in Melbourne, because I've been able to have some chats with a lot of those guys over there too, and a lot of them are just really hungry and just working really hard to break through. There's another crop of guys coming to break through, so I'd just love to wrestle everybody.
Yeah, for sure, man. No, awesome. Well, hopefully you can get some of those soon, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you much of a drinker?
I can be. Can be, yes.
What? A wrestler in Australian wrestling, you challenge for a drinking competition?
Well, I happen to have challenged Rocky Monero to countless drinking competitions throughout the years, and have failed miserably at trying to outdo him. I've managed to somewhat keep up, but I haven't been able to outdo him. Who drinks? Like, I'm just trying to think, like, because you kind of have those two sides of the coin when it comes to wrestlers. Like, you have the guys that are showing up with their Tupperwares and they're leaving the show once it's over and going home to get their sleep and all that kind of thing, which is great. And then you've got those guys that as soon as the show's over, they want to ride that high for as long as they can. So they're trying to find the nearest bar. That's a big one in Melbourne when we would go over to Thornbury. But you know what? does it count? Even though he's not here, I'll just say Grayson Waller.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll say Grayson Waller because he used to come out with the party cup. All right. I think I could give him a run for his money.
Done. I'm sure he watches it. We'll set it up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Most embarrassing moment you've had in the ring?
Oh, this is a no-brainer. Unfortunately for me and everybody else who was present, hopefully not the fans, hopefully they weren't able to detect what was going on, but I rather aggressively shit my pants one time over in MCW, and there's so many funny layers to this story because it's quite unusual on an independent show to have sort of a TV structured segment.
Yeah.
By and large, you're gonna have like a 6 or 7 match card, and you're gonna go out there and have your 8 to 10, and then you're gonna go to the back, and then your night is over.
Yeah.
But this was on a show that has become a recurring tradition in MCW called High Stakes.
Okay.
So all of the matches had stipulations to set up for the Ballroom Brawl.
Yeah.
And so on that particular night, the Parea were split into singles matches because we were trying to gain entry into the Ballroom Brawl.
Yeah.
And so this is relevant to the story because it just makes it that much funnier. So it was scheduled to be Eli versus Slex, and then Gabriel versus Ugg.
Yep.
And of course, the Parea wanted to try to get the upper hand on the evening, so they found Slex backstage and they jumped him and they beat him down with chairs and they took him out so that he was unable to compete.
Yeah.
So then Tommy Knight, who had already won the number 1 contendership to face Buddy Matthews for the world title, he was out in the ring declaring himself as the number 1 contender. And of course, the Parea come out to the ring wearing Slex's jacket and his sunglasses and all this kind of thing. And we thought it would be a good idea to double down and say, well, how about if you want to avenge your tag team partner, who was Slex, they were a tag team at the time, you fight me, Eli, and if you win, you get Slex back into the Ballroom Brawl because he can't fight himself right now. Yeah. But if I win, I take your number 1 contendership straight away. So I don't even need to go in the Ballroom Brawl. So if you're really about it, Tommy Knight, put your number 1 contendership on the line. And of course he accepts. And so we have this, really hard hitting, but rather short, impactful match, which was designed, peeling the curtain back a little bit, to really showcase Tommy Knight as the number 1 contender. Yeah. And so he's obviously gonna be showing all of his offense and how strong he is and everything. So little nugget, I think I can safely say he's the strongest wrestler I've ever wrestled too. He's a beast. Yeah. He pressed me over his head. Okay. And I'm up there, and when you're looking up and you're looking down at the ants, in the audience, and you're thinking, okay, I hope this goes well because I know that there's only one way out of this, and that's down. I hope I just land safely and I don't die and everything's okay. So he drops me, I land on my back, and I land, I'm like, oh, thank goodness, I think I'm okay. But that move was followed up with a running senton. And if you don't know, he weighs about 140 kilos. So he's done this running senton and he's come straight down on my stomach, and it was like projectile, straight into my trunks. And I knew immediately, and he's pinned me, and I was like, I shit myself. And he's like, yes, you did. And then I roll over, and obviously, panic sets in. The first thing you want to do is make sure that nothing's come out, or that it's not gone on the ring or gone on you or anything. So I'm telling, poor Tommy at ringside, Gabriel, I shit my pants. What the fuck am I supposed to do? What do I do? And he's just like, you're fine. I can't see anything. Just keep going. So now I've got to proceed through this is only like a quarter of the way through the match. So I've got to get through the rest of this match, okay? And then the way that they had designed the segment was I lose, so it's this big triumphant moment. The plan backfires, but you're not out of the woods yet, Parea. Now, Gabriel, you're going to have your match with Ugg right now. And then Caveman Ugg's music hits and Caveman Ugg comes out. So now I have to stand at ringside and try to help my tag team partner fight this monster and try to get involved and all this kind of stuff. And then ultimately we outsmart him and we get the win and get us both back into the ballroom brawl. So thankfully we're back in the ballroom brawl. But I was out there for the 3/4 of my match with fucking shit in my trunks. And then for the whole of his match and then the aftermath and so on and so forth.
Oh, God.
So we get to the back and I'm telling, everybody get out of my way. I gotta get to the bathroom now, fucking shit myself and everyone can smell me and it's disgusting. And then this was the other really funny moment. Mitch Waterman had gotten injured and he was about to go out to tell the fans, I'm injured, I have to take time off, I'm going to come back stronger and I'm going to fight for you all and everything. And he's downstairs going over this emotional promo, trying to get in the zone. He's trying to figure out how he's going to address the audience and everything. And all he can fucking hear is me and fucking Gabriel upstairs just losing it at each other. I said, I'm gonna fucking throw my trunks out, they're fucked. And he's like, don't fucking throw them out. They were expensive and if you throw them out then I can't wear mine because they're matching. And he's like, wash it out, it's shit, it's water based, it'll come out, don't worry about it. I'm like, oh bro, but you should see it. So we're fighting and arguing and I've got little Levi Nixon from the Sexy Greek Boys bringing me like paper towels and stuff into the bathroom because there was no towel. And I'm like, he's like, poor thing's like running back and forth trying to fucking help me. And everyone else is just pissed off back into the locker room. So it was just a disaster. And I've never lived that one down. They always remind me about it. Yeah, so poor Mitch Waterman and poor Tommy Knight, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
That's my most embarrassing moment in the ring. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
What are your current wrestling goals?
Well, I've always been one to break my goals down like anyone into, sort of short, medium and long.
Yeah.
The short-term goal right now is just to get to World Series and just, show up prepared, ready to work, ready to perform at a high level and be in the best shape I can be in and just reintroduce myself back into the wrestling world.
Yeah.
And then sort of my medium goal after that is to do my next stint over in the US.
Yeah, no.
So that's currently in the works right now. So, stay tuned everybody. I'm going to be making my way back over.
Nice.
In a much different capacity to what I did originally.
Yep.
So I'm really looking forward to that opportunity. And then, the long-term goal is always to put pen to paper with one of the major organizations and start, elevating myself as a talent and, leveraging the platform that I'm on to sort of start setting myself up and just trying to be the best wrestler that I can be. And obviously all of us want to get onto TV and then we want to do your WrestleManias or your AEW Wembley shows and all these kind of massive stadium spectacles. I have the privilege of doing some arenas. Obviously I'd love to do more arenas and do that schedule regularly. But I just have it in my mind, to walk out in front of a stadium, and just experience that thrill and just, have great matches and tell great stories and be blessed enough to make money in the process and just set myself up for my future.
Yeah, absolutely. Mate.
Yeah.
Awesome goals. Awesome.
Thank you.
What's a match type that you never want to compete in?
Look, I avoid the whole, death match culture like the plague. It's not my cup of tea. Look, listen, I would happily, inflict some of that mayhem on my opponent, but I don't want to be on the receiving end of light tubes and thumbtacks and flaming tables and barbed wire and what have you. That's just not really my style. I have been known to utilize a foreign object here and there, but it's nothing to the level of what a lot of these guys are doing. So just your standard kind of deathmatch spec is not really my cup of tea. And I've only had one, and I had a great time because of the specific circumstances, but I wasn't super thrilled with doing a cage match. I did one in Melbourne one time, and it was really something else. I mean, I feel as though I think like maybe like a Hell in a Cell would be really cool. But like not like your indie, the cage with the square, it's like a fence. Not interested, man. So any kind of stipulation where there's going to be a lot of extracurricular. I just don't really, but if the price is right, most of us will do it. We'll do anything.
That's true. What's a match type you'd like to compete in that you haven't done before?
I've done, the tables, I've done the ladders, I've done the street fights, I've done the cage, I've done the rumbles, tags, 5-man, 8-man, 6-man, tornado. I'm just going through what I've already done to try and think about what else there is. Maybe if we put it on like if we look at like an AEW or a WWE or something, I think it'd be really cool to do like an elimination chamber. Because of just the nature of it, for sure. The stipulation and like what's in it for the winner and all that kind of stuff. I think I could do some cool stuff there and maybe hit a froggy off the pod or something, or maybe do like the climb up the chain and then maybe jump off onto somebody, just for my rare high-flying maneuver that I'll bust out, these days. Maybe like an elimination chamber would be cool. You know what I'd love to do like a Royal Rumble in WWE because of how exciting it is and everything, and be like a surprise maybe, I think that would be cool.
For sure. Alright then, let's make it happen. In your opinion, what is independent wrestling missing today?
I think it's just missing stories. I think we need to try and tell more compelling stories, because it's a fine line between not overcomplicating what you're doing on the shows, because we don't have the privilege of weekly television and all that kind of stuff. But you kind of want to have, you want to just make that extra effort and just go that extra mile to sort of have something on the show that is just going to be like a thread. I remember we did it in Melbourne in 2024. So at the beginning of the year, we had the Parea aligned with Buddy. And we did this 6-man tag against the Icons when the Icons had just formed, and it was like winner take all. So we all lost our championships in that match. We were the tag team champions and Buddy was the world champion, and we all lost our championships in that match. And then it kicked off this feud throughout the year where we were like, we were chasing the Icons that whole time, and they were just kind of one step ahead, and then we'd gain a win, and then we'd get cut back down, and we're just, fighting. But I felt that the audience knew that your main thread was, the Parea fighting against the Icons, and then to sort of pay it all off in the end, we had Buddy, come out, the lights go out, and Buddy appear in the ring, with all the Icons in the ring, and he took them all out, and we had this big climax and defeated the Icons and won the tag titles back, and that was at the final show of the year. You know what I mean? So like, you just have that kind of build throughout. You know, I remember it would have been like 10 years ago when they did Grim and Big Brody Marshall, and if Grim loses, he has to retire.
Okay,
And he lost, and he retired, and he was gone, and like Matty like full committed to it and wasn't on shows for months, and then Chris Basso was a bad guy at the time, but then he kind of had this babyface turn to kind of try to stop Big Brody Marshall because nobody could stop him. And then he had this match where if he wins, then Grim gets reinstated, and when he won, man, the Latvian hall almost burnt down. It was like this, people were throwing babies in the air, and it was this epic moment. And then Grim comes out, and the Basso brothers are friends again. And then the cherry on top was they had Brad Smythe had the key to the city, and Brad Smythe comes out with the key and cashes in the key and wins the freaking belt. So it was just this epic climax moment, and it was like, it reminded me of like the WrestleMania 40 with Cody and Roman to finish the story. Like Riot City, we've been doing that. We've been doing that kind of stuff. You know, a decade ago. Like this compelling long-term storytelling, and the fans do get involved. They get it. So I remember I had these friends that I went to uni with, man, and they were coming to the shows when I was first starting to get my foot in the door and making my debut, and they kept coming to the shows I wasn't even on because I was like, I would miss a few, and they'd be like, bro, we have to see what's going to happen with Big Brody Marshall. Duh. And I'm like, bro, like people fucking get around it. So sure. I think it's missing stories by and large. Like you don't want them to get too complicated, but you just want it to just be simple and digestible, and just commit to it and get that thread going.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, awesome, man. Awesome. All right, we got our last question.
Sure.
Riot City is your home. Is your home? Currently, excluding yourself, who are your top 3 wrestlers in Riot City Wrestling? This can be best, favorite, whatever you want, but currently active on the roster.
Yeah. Look, I'll do because obviously there's gonna be like you've got like your, you know, Matt Hayter and Nick Armstrong and Chris Basso and Grim and, you know, all of like your, you know, Zach Sabbath, like your mainstays, like your pillars, you know, like your guns, like your superstars. You know, so I'll leave them out because they're obvious. But I'll talk about, I guess, the ones that have sort of impressed me or I've taken notice of in the last, you know, little while.
Yeah, for sure.
I love Mr. Cliff.
Yeah, nice.
He's fantastic. And he's really figured out how to put it all together now. So I'm really impressed with his work. And he's just gonna keep on, like he's got one of those personas where like that he can take that just about anywhere. You know what I mean? And it's gonna start to open up for him. You know, like eventually people will start taking notice of it, and he's gonna, you know, keep expanding. And then I love what Jack is doing, you know, he's the coach.
Yeah, Coach Cornell.
Coach Cornell, sorry, called him by his real name. I love that, just that as like a, you know, a side kind of sidekick. It's just priceless, you know. And we were talking about it the other night, and I was thinking, I didn't mention it, but I was thinking in the back of my head, I was like, they really could just keep on going with this and just keep adding people to the group and you just have an entire, they're called the faculty or whatever, or the brothers of instruction or whatever it is. And I just thought that was hilarious. So I'll throw those guys in there. I think just for the hustle that I've seen her putting out there and just the way that she's taken to it in such a short amount of time, I'm going to go throw Layla in there for sure. She's got a bright future. And let's count the boys as one, and then we'll throw Layla. And then there was this big, when I saw him, I wanted to call him a hoss, big hoss, like what Jim Ross used to say. There was this big hoss that has come out in the last couple of shows looking absolutely shredded and tanned and strong, just looking like an absolute beast. and that's my man right here. So you go in there as well.
Oh, thank you,
Because
sir.
you're in like career best shape right now, and I'm loving it. So keep up the hard work, my man.
Appreciate that, mate. Appreciate that. But it's awesome, man. Thank you so much for going through those questions. Awesome answers and great stories there. And I look forward to seeing, obviously, you achieve those goals and where you're going to go to next. And I'm sure everyone's waiting to see that.
Likewise.
But now we got a fun part. We're going to get some photos up and we're going to talk about your journey.
Sounds good. Let's do it. Looking forward to it.
All right, Ilia, I got the photos ready. You ready to go through these?
I'm ready to go through this. Absolutely.
All right, we're going to start with photo number 1.
Amazing. So
Look at this guy.
yeah, so this was in 2016 in August in the old Hindmarsh gym, and this is the debut of the Parea.
Nice.
Yeah, so I had been on like maybe 3 shows beforehand, so the audience were a little bit familiar with me. They'd never seen Gabriel before.
Yeah.
So I came out first, and that's that shot there, and then he came out to are you ready? And then whatever it is, 50% lux, 50% steel, whatever it is. And then we walked out to that, and we were like, come on, like, bro, like, we're gonna get signed in a month, like, we're the best ever, look at us, you know? So yeah, I'm wearing a bootleg long sleeve Nike top for some reason, yeah. And I got the Greek flag stripes, which were also supposed to look like Adidas on my bike shorts there. So yeah, and the long hair. The long hair was a look. I think I pulled it off.
Yeah, you had that rocking for a long time.
Yeah, I don't know if I could grow it like that again. I don't know if it would grow like that. And
I think it suited you for the time period.
It did, yeah.
And now you've changed up and matured.
I've sort of like established my hairstyle now. I've got a few variations, but I feel like this is like the Ilia or the Eli.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, so like this was probably the next show at the Latvian Hall, and this was funny because like he didn't wear this gear for very long because of a couple of reasons. We ended up getting matching gear, but the grey, right? He would douse his hair in water and then it would look like he pissed himself because of the grey, he didn't factor that in.
Oh, shit.
And we're throwing up the too sweet because we were like a little bit of a clique, I guess, and yeah, just terrible. Like, why would you do that? And that was short-lived. We stopped doing that very quickly.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so that's right before I'm getting ready to debut. And classic, Riot City t-shirt.
It's a good one, man.
I love that one. Yeah, I think I've got that somewhere still. I don't think it'd fit me anymore. It's probably like a small or a medium. But yeah, I remember talking to Chris Basso, like, he's like, what are you going to be called? Like, what's your character going to be? And I just said, like, I don't really know yet. So let's just, I'll rep Riot City. So I came out with the Riot City shirt on, like a lot of people do.
Yeah.
They have their debut, they just kind of rep the school.
Yeah.
So I was repping the school, and we came up with Eli Theseus because I was studying Greek mythology in uni at the time, and we were learning about Theseus and how he slayed the Minotaur, and he, was the son of the king of Athens and everything like that. So I thought that was cool, and just everyone was already calling me Eli anyway. So yeah, we just put the two together, and yeah, that's the first like photo shoot that I did as Eli Theseus, and they were getting some B-roll of me to play on my video and everything, and very fierce.
Nice. I love the background of the name. It's cool.
Yeah,
like where that all comes from. I like it.
Thank you. There it is. Yeah, so that's that video there that I was just mentioning, and in this one, this was teaming with Satacone.
Oh yeah.
And this was pre, it all happened in the span of like 4 months. It was like I had my first match, and then I did a couple of little filler tags and stuff on the shows just to get my footing, and I was with Satacone, and then behind the scenes we were getting ready for me and Tommy to become a tag team and have Agostino in there as well. And yeah, so this is me still just as Eli Theseus with the, I came out to the Alien Ant Farm cover of Smooth Criminal, and I'm wearing the Muhammad Ali shirt because this was the very shortly after he passed away. So I was paying tribute to him there with that, and I've got that black armbands on, and wearing a hat for some reason. Just thought I looked cool. You're just finding yourself in
exactly, and that's what it's all about, man. Give it a go, but you can already tell at this stage you're putting a lot of thought into your character, your name, stuff like that. You've already got the background of the name. You're putting thought into what you're wearing because you're paying tribute. You're just not throwing shit together for the sake of it. You sort of got a bit of thought behind everything. So you already see from that young age, you're already starting to really put the thought in it like you have now with such background into your name and everything.
It's fun too, like you can see the knee pads have still got the Trace logos on there. And then even the kick pads, like I eventually unstitched those labels there. It was kind of cool at the time. It was considered cool at the time to have the Asami label on there. Like I remember Demi would wear those same kick pads, and she had the labels on there, and she only took them off when she was doing the Mae Young Classic. And so we wore them as well because we thought it just looked cool. I remember Punk used to do it back in his previous stint in WWE. But then eventually I took them off and made it more of my own look. Just the plain black with the emphasis on the trunks. So so this was my second match, and you can see who the referee is.
Is that Gabriel?
That's Gabriel. Nice. Yeah.
No way.
Yep. So that's very early.
Didn't even notice that.
It's probably May or June in 2016, and these house shows. I haven't really been around Riot City much in the last few years. So I don't really know what the in-house gym shows look like now. They're kind of like full-fledged shows now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're pretty big now.
Yeah, whereas in these days, this was like the up and comers would make out most of the card.
Yeah.
And so you'd get a good singles rep in on a house show, and James Cray and I had a little scrap here, and we had old Gabriel as the referee, and there's another picture. I don't know if it's going to come up, but he's raising my hand at the end, and then shortly after, like just in a span of months, man, we would tag team. So he's probably like 18 there.
Oh no.
Yeah, because he'd be 18. He'd be 18 going almost 19. So he's 18 there, and I'm about 20, 19, 20.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so just kids, man, absolute kids. James is about the same age as me, so
for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy, man, that we were so young, like starting out. And just giving it everything. I used to use the Faymaster. That's what I'm doing now.
That's great.
Billy Gunn.
I gotta say that painting on the wall, those walls were the best.
They were the
best.
I really miss that gym.
That was a great place.
I do. I love that gym. I remember being really sad when we packed up and left there. But our gym now is obviously sensational.
Oh, it's amazing.
And it's just becoming, it's just evolving and just becoming this thing.
Getting better and better.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But we'll always have a lot of love in my heart for that High Marsh gym. A lot of great moments in there.
And speaking of that, guys, make sure you get to the next Mean Street Mayhem, Riot City. You'll see that the place has changed again, and it looks amazing.
Get your tickets.
It's going to be a good card.
Amazing.
There's the boys.
Yeah, there you go. So still, we're just kind of really starting to come into our own here. So now we've got the t-shirts, and those t-shirts we made on what was that website everyone used to use? Red Bubble or something. Is that what it was called? Do you remember that? Yeah. We made those. We got Dane Davies to design that for us, and thought it was the coolest shit ever. And we got it put on these shirts, but like we didn't get any merch made. We just got shirts done for us. So like we're walking around with these, look guys, we got shirts, like we're killer, and like. So I've still got that shirt.
Oh, no.
That's the very first custom shirt I ever that any of us had designed, but that's the only one I've ever had designed. at the time.
Yeah.
And then there was a version of it that came out, you know, shortly after that. Was our first merch drop that we were putting out to the audience. So yeah, I love that shot. Yeah, at the back of the Latvian hall, getting ready to. We were just so excited just to be part of it at that time, man.
Yeah,
and just
sure.
like being able to just go out there and perform and didn't care, didn't think about what we were doing, just wanted to go out there and get pops and have fun, you know.
Yeah. Nah, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome photo, awesome venue too. Latvian
For
hall.
sure. Yeah. So that's short. Yeah, that's probably like a, you know, maybe the next show or the show after, something like that. Yeah, like with Marvel and Bulldog, the Rude Ones, legends. They really taught us a lot when we first came in. And we had a lot of matches with them in those early days, and they were teaching us how to actually have a match and think about what you're doing rather than just going out there and you know, putting on your greatest hits on what you perceive to be your greatest hits at the time. So yeah, you can see me there trying to work a headlock and you know, register the crowd at the same time and, you know, have fun and everything. And you can see we've got the matching gear there. So that's like, you know, the first like set that we had made together. We got the matching kick pads and everything, and I used to love those Latvian hall shows. They were just electric. That live commentary and all that sort of thing as well. Yeah.
Great venue.
Yeah. Again, same camera angle, different night. So there's poor Stevie about to get crushed. That was our first match with the Natural Classics.
Nice.
First of many. I honestly could not tell you. I don't think I could begin to estimate how many matches we've had throughout the years. But yeah, that was the first, and that sticks out in my mind. Just coming off the top with the 5-star frog splash.
Nice.
My signature move at the time, and I believe that got us the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, fond memories, man.
That's good, man. Good hops there.
Thank you. Yeah.
Promo photo.
Yeah. So I think from memory there's a little bit of controversy around this particular photo because I had done one of those. We used to do these Wednesday after the main show promo nights.
Okay, yeah.
Down at the gym, and we would, you know, take fresh pictures if you had new gear, and we would practice promos and all this sort of stuff. And I remember I had gotten all these photos done that I liked, and then I had a match banner made for a match coming up, and they used the wrong picture. And just not really thinking anything of it at the time, just being, you know, full of my own, you know, self-importance and bravado at the time, decided to pipe up about them using the wrong picture on the match banner, and I posted it in the group, and it was not received well at all. They absolutely cracked it, and I had to, you know, make some apologies and all this sort of thing and take my licks for that one. But I don't know if this was ever confirmed, but then you can see on that picture, it looks like they've done some like contouring on my stomach. So it's made it look like, obviously everyone's going to see the picture and associate the creation of it with me because I'm in the photo. So that, I don't know if it was like a rib where they were like, we'll make it look like he's put fake abs on his stomach because he doesn't have any abs because he's skinny fat. And that'll be like his punishment for being an asshole on the Facebook page. You know, so I don't know whether that was confirmed. Like I remember someone mentioning it to me and just being like, oh nah, maybe it's just the lighting. But you know, irrespective, like that's a great rib if they did deliberately do that, or if it's just the lighting. But yeah, you know, I was a fucking shithead, you know, in those days. I was like 19, 20, and I just was so excited about performing, and I didn't understand the etiquette, and I would always just talk a little bit too much. But yeah,
that's alright. We've all been there.
That's right. Yeah. So this is it's actually on my birthday. This is my 22nd birthday, June 22, and this is in the Southeastern Entertainment Centre in Ferntree Gully in Melbourne.
Nice.
For our first World Series Wrestling show. So we had done this was a big deal for us at the time because we'd done some crossover collaboration with PCW.
Yeah.
And this is their regular venue, and this was where World Series would run their Melbourne shows for years, up until recently. And we had captured the PCW tag team titles and then brought them over to Adelaide and defended them at that HQ show that I mentioned earlier. So it was like, it was kind of just trying to, get young guys from Adelaide to go over to Melbourne and young guys from Melbourne to come over to Adelaide and just do a little bit of crossover, and then we sort of used it as a way to get us on one of the nights in Melbourne. So we opened with you won't believe it, with the Natural Classics. And we were so excited to be there, and they let us carry our championship belts out there, and it was like a PCW showcase on the World Series show to open the show. And I remember we told this story on an interview a few years ago, but we were in the meet and greet during intermission, trying to scrounge up some extra money, selling some t-shirts when we've got John Morrison there and Brian Cage and all these guys. And this guy came up to us and he was like, he's like, it's really nice that they let you guys be on the show and didn't like have you on like the dark match, like it's really nice of them to do that. And I remember we just turned to each other and just went like, man, like everyone just thinks we're chumps still. Like that's like so embarrassing. Like we thought it was like the biggest moment of our life. And this guy just walks up and goes like the most backhanded compliment, like, it's really nice they let you guys be on the show. So like we always laugh about that. And Big Steam's going off his rocker there. Look at him with the full Adidas kit.
As always.
Yeah, classic. Yeah, so that's that night. So just it was like 6 minutes, man, just everything that you know how to do, just do, because that's what we thought you were supposed to do in those days. And you don't realize until you mature a little bit that less is more. So if you can find that anywhere, I think it might be on YouTube, you're able to find it, but it's just an absolute, I've got the highlight video on my Instagram, but you'd probably be scrolling for a while. It's just mayhem. Just mayhem. Yeah. Nice. Nothing made any sense. The legend. So this is me at the Storm Wrestling Academy in 2017. So I'm 21 here. And this is on the final day when we had our evaluations. Nice. And got my picture with Mr. Storm there. He was very influential in my early days and has been still. I caught up with him at a TNA taping last year when I was in Orlando. Nice. And we sat down and had a really good conversation, and he was so busy that day. He was producing like the whole taping seemingly by himself. Like I just remember him just running around, he just had all these papers in his hands, and he was just chasing people up and just getting stuff together, and he took the time out of his day to sit down with us and just like have a really good chat. And through the years we've done some online training on Zoom with him, and just he follows me online, and we catch up here and there. So he's a really, really good guy and just an amazing teacher, and just really broke everything down, because we started from scratch. Even though I've been wrestling for a couple of years, you go over there and you start from scratch, and he just fixes all of your bad habits and teaches you little bits and pieces. And I had some great people in that class that I still keep in touch with. We had Brian Pillman Jr. in there, and he's Lexus King now in NXT. He's got the Speed Championship right now. Sam LaTurner was another one. She's a very prominent ring announcer on the indie scene, and doing stuff with CMLL and Maple Leaf Pro, and has done a heap of work with TNA, and she's well on her way to being one of the next big announcers in the industry. Really sweet girl. And there was another lad, Darren Kearney from Ireland, who's unfortunately not wrestling anymore, but he was just a champion, and we had some great times together. I went over and stayed with him and all his mates, and met LJ Cleary through him and Lyra Valkyria through him, and they're friends of mine still to this day. So Lancers was a big kind of opening for me. So
Yeah.
yeah, love
Absolutely.
Lance. Nothing
Amazing.
but good things to say about him.
Amazing opportunity, man.
Yeah. Man,
That,
that
on the mic.
yeah, who knows? Like that's just another one of those. You can tell where it is High Marsh, but you can sort of see that the things have evolved a little bit now. You know, like there's a bit more color on the gear with the fluoro look there, and you know the ponytail and the black tape and everything. And I think if I had to guess, I think that might have been my match with Chris Basso at in one of those summer shows. I remember it was really hot and he was sunburned. And we just kind of went out there and just, made it happen. It was good. Always had good matches with the Bassos.
Yeah, for sure, man. Great wrestlers.
Yeah. So that's that first championship win, you know. It's like it's like the biggest thing in the world. And you know, I was mentioning the shirts before, so that is the eventual version of the shirt that we put out as merch. And I've actually still got one, which is good. I think, do you have one? You got one of those?
I don't have one, no.
I thought you had one.
No, I didn't. I reckon I missed out.
Yeah, I can't remember. Like a bunch of the boys, I remember a bunch of the boys bought that one because it was like our first one and was still just kind of in Riot City at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see the shirt there, and you know, we're starting to, you know, Gabriel's filling out a little bit, and we've got the title, and we're, you know, posing for pictures, and just, this was when things started to kind of unravel a little bit.
Yeah.
Good times.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's that match. There's that match, yeah. So what is it? It's Melbourne Night 1. Tag Team War. It was not a war at all. Philippe Bros. They were called the Philippe Bros still.
Yes,
they weren't even called the actual
yeah.
classics yet. Okay. Friday, 22 June, that's my birthday. So that's my 22nd birthday. Yeah, Ferntree Gully. Crazy. That was when the tours were called International Assault.
Yes.
And that was the best of the best tour. So there you have the best of the best.
In a war.
In a war. That's right. This was a great moment. This was RCW 200. I would have put this in my favorite matches, but it was like really chaotic. And I love the finish. The finish was kind of the moment.
Yeah.
But you can see I'm bleeding there. That's not my hair. That's blood. Yeah, I got good colour. So remember, I jumped off the ladder through the table, and you know that was a first. That was really scary, but like what a rush when I got up and realised I was alive. And I remember I got thrown out of the ring and onto a bunch of guys, and they caught me, and then the back of my head hit a chair. I was a bit rattled after that, and there was just, I remember he got like smashed through, Dean Brady like smashed him through like a pile of chairs, and he was just like all sorts after that. So yeah, that one was really stressful. I remember like trying to get it happening. It was really stressful. And but the moment, you know, they're on the ladders, like finally, you know, like that was the main event of that show, and that was like their biggest show ever at the time that they'd ever done. So like that was cool for us, like that Matty and Creed gave us that opportunity to close out that show as the champs, and you know, they put the tag titles on last, not the main title, and yeah, it was really cool. So that's the first reign, and the crowd were very happy to see us get that. So it was a testament to everyone.
One of my core memories of you guys, I was working the merch table for this show.
Yeah, you were there. Yeah.
And that Latvian hall could not fit another person in it. It was
bonkers, wasn't it? Yeah.
But to sit out there and watch you guys in that match, that's one of my my core memories from being first in Riot City.
Yeah.
That was an amazing experience and a crazy match.
For sure. 2018, isn't it? Yeah, so you were just starting. Yeah, this was like, this is a blur. Like, this is a massive blur. I can barely, like, remember being in it. I just remember it being really, really stressful. Like, I was really nervous. And just, even while I was out there, I remember being really nervous because there was just so much going on. And, like, everybody got fucked up in that. Like, I remember Big Dane, Bulldog took the Rikishi bump, like, the backwards off the Hell in a Cell, but off the ladder, but backwards through the table. And then Big Luke did the WrestleMania 17 with the stacked tables. They tipped him over and he just fell through the stack of tables, and it's just like, I was just like looking back on it, it's like, what were we doing? Like, what were these spots? Like, it was crazy. Dean Brady took one of the lights off the trussing and hit me in the head with it, and that's why I'm bleeding. And yeah, we sent it, man. It was a banger.
That's great.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah, look at that.
There's that ladder bump. What was that brother's name? He's holding the ladder there. Can't remember. He used to wrestle with us.
Can't see it.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but he was a nice dude. He got up there and made sure I was good. They were all holding it for me. But I remember I didn't go to the top. I started to climb and I was like, whatever I'm seeing, this is high enough. Yeah. Yeah, it was
It
nuts.
looks high enough. It looks good.
It was high.
It was sick, bro.
Yeah, Brooksy rocking the Parea shirt. Yeah, so, you know, this was, he's a good mate and still to this day. And, you know, we've had some really fucking awesome matches with him too and learned heaps. And he's just such a solid dude through and through. So yeah, I remember I was like, let's get a picture together, all three of us with our titles. And he's the Intercommonwealth champion now.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, this is 8 years ago. And he's the Intercommonwealth champion now. So that's just a testament to him. But yeah, that was like, I remember that picture was a bit of a flex at the time because like Brooksy was and still is one of the the best, and he was a G in those days, and like everyone knew about Brooksy. So I was like, we always hang out when he's here, like let's get a pic here with the three of us and we'll throw the belts over the shoulder, and it's a pretty tough photo, man.
It's good.
I got the Storm t-shirt on and the backwards cap, like that's gonna be a fun one to look back on, in another 10 years time.
Yeah, for sure.
Tommy's got the world class Chris Basso shirt on. Killer.
That's a good photo, man.
Yeah.
Good photo.
Yeah, so I remember this photo shoot thinking, I was like, bro, like you look killer. Like look at the hair and the tan and shit. I got the hairy chest and but this is sort of like around the time where you're starting to kind of put the pieces together a little bit. Like you can see a little bit of development in the body. Like it's nowhere near what it becomes, and sort of my understanding of my physique and everything now, but like you can see it's starting to come along, and I'm only 22 then.
It's definitely evolving, starting to mature more.
Yeah, for sure. And I always had the tan. That was always the main thing. Like I've got that olive skin.
Yeah.
So I always looked dark and just had the wet hair and everything, and I miss those days, man, because I didn't realize at the time like just how fun it was then.
Yeah.
And it still is fun now, but it's so much more serious now. Whereas then we wanted it to be serious, but it wasn't. But we didn't know, and we were just doing what we thought was right.
Yeah. Mate, you gotta have fun, man. That's right. I mean.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay.
What's going on here, bro?
It's a bit invasive. Yeah. A bit provocative. Yeah, so this was when, Eli and Gabriel had enough. You can tell. Yeah, this is like, this is kind of the beginning of the evolution into the version of the Parea that you see now, So, we got the dinner plate, Greek key design there with the Greek font and the faces, very egocentric t-shirt. And the hair came off, so that's right when the hair had been cut short. And just probably wasn't having a very good day, probably lost or something, and was trying to prove a point, wasn't too thrilled with the fans, I guess. So copped the double birds. Yeah. And photo shoots, man, you can see the evolution, so how the gears changed, and a little bit more size on the frame, and a bit more fierce in the facial expressions, and rocking the chain now. That was the first chain, too small. And then eventually we've got the big dog collars. But yeah, that was, I remember who did that photo shoot. I think our mate Jerry, one of our Greek mates, did that photo shoot, and the white backdrop. So yeah.
It's good, I like it.
Yeah.
It's coming along, man. It's coming along.
Yeah, the family. So this is the family. So this is early family. So this was when, we started to align ourselves with you know the evil Rocky Monero and his consigliere Tyler Daniels. And we were the soldiers, we were the foot soldiers. So this is us getting ready for that first fringe show that we did in whatever that tent was, the first one. I remember the first one we did was crazy, but then the second one was with you guys, I reckon. You remember the second one we did, and it was that we had to put the ring on stilts. And it was like 600 people. Because that meant it was like tiered seating. Yeah, I remember that those shows were crazy. But yeah, this is the beginning of forming, and this is the beginning of like a 4-year long story, 4 or 5 year long story, which kind of then trickled over into Melbourne with Rocky and everything. So yeah, we didn't know then that was going to be what it was, but we were just kind of winging it, man. It made sense, you know, the two young wogs with the two old wogs. Match made in heaven.
No, it was a great team and a great storyline. And there's the fringe.
There's the fringe. There's that first one. Yeah, so you can just see the change in demeanor and attitude, and it's crazy how much he changed, because we laugh about it. There was this one night us and Rocky were in a hotel room, and we were just watching like old these matches, like these early days, and we just realized, like, it occurred to us that Tommy aged like 15 years in the span of like a year and a half, and we were just dying. It was the funniest thing ever. But like, look at him there, like he's tiny, like he's short, and he's shredded, but he's so small, and he's got like no facial hair or anything, and the head shaved. His whole head just looks different. But yeah, man, it was funny. But yeah, these were some epic moments, man. This is when we were really like starting to like, you know, find that dog, you know, and like find that intensity and like really just be mean and just like take no prisoners attitude, and we just wanted to fucking take everything we wanted. And every time we went out there, it was just like, you're gonna have to keep up with us. Like if we swallow you, that's your fault. That's your problem. I'm not responsible for you not being able to like elevate yourself. Like, I'll give you what I need to in order for like this to work as a collaborative effort. But if you can't keep up with us, that's on you. Because we were just like firing on all cylinders at this point. Like, we were just really figuring out like our crowd work and like our character stuff, and just knowing what we were supposed to be doing.
Nice, man, nice.
Yeah, and then that's coming out of COVID. So that's the second or third. That's the start of the third title reign. And we've got big TD there with the slicked hair, and you know, I remember there was this little kid. There was this poor little kid that night, and he was just like absolutely beside himself because we had just like decimated Matt Hayter and Chris Basso. Absolutely decimated them. Like, Chris actually broke his ribs for real, and we were like we were working over his midsection the whole match, and his ribs were like actual broken, and we fucked his shit up. And like, you can just see, like, look at our fucking faces, man. Like, we didn't care. Like, we were just like, we're just gonna kill everybody. Like we're sick of being locked in our houses, and like, this was us like first coming out of the pandemic, and we were just like whoever wants it's gonna get it. Yeah, and we took the tag titles back, and that was our first like reign as like big bad heels. Yeah, so this is like, so this is like, again, like you can see another evolution here. Like got the big dog collar, diamond across the chain there, and the gold trunks, and the Greek flag, and they've got the mohawk now, and it's just all sort of starting to come together. And I got the new boots with the open calf, like Rocky style. And this is our first. We had a debut in MCW like pre-pandemic that didn't go particularly well. And then this was then bringing us back as part of Rocky's group, and this was when we really got our foot in the door in Melbourne, and like actually found like a spot on the shows that, you know, we were going to be able to perform and stand out and everything. And so you can sort of see that, you know, I've put on a lot of size, but it's not it's not good size. Like I'm super pudgy and soft, and you can see it in my face. Like I'm, carrying a lot of extra fluff there that needed to go. And this was sort of right around the time where I started to get my act together with my physique and started learning how to eat better and train properly and be consistent.
Yeah. Well, we all had those COVID bodies, man. So.
Yeah, that's right. So you can see already there, like that's shortly after that. And
Yeah.
like, you look at the change in the physique there.
Big change.
You know what I mean? Massive change. And that's only in a few months. Because that's at the Arkabar. That was that run we were doing those Arkabar shows.
Yeah.
And this might have been, we might have just wrestled you on this show, I think. And this was when we got rid of poor TD. We had enough of him. He'd served his purpose, and Dad was back, and he had to go. Yeah, you can see just like the like us really finding our footing there as wogs. We were just mad.
Intensity.
Intense,
The veins are popping out
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's right.
It's good, man. It's good. It's what we want.
Yeah. Yeah, so then
Look at
that's
that.
night and day. Like that's unrecognizable. That's unrecognizable from that previous photo, that one in the gold trunks. Like, yeah, so you can just see, like, look at the definition on the shoulders and the vein, the bicep vein, and this the midsection and everything, and the hair's changed again, and it's just like this was a big evolutionary period for me. So got the shiny black with the gold trim on the trunks, and just this was when we really kind of took it to the next level. Like people were really starting to take notice. Like, oh, like you see that picture and you go like, oh, like that looks like somebody. You know what I mean? Like he looks. He not only looks like terrifying, like I want to walk the other way, but he also looks like he's meant to be there.
Yeah.
You know. So
you look the part.
yeah, and there's smoke, and it's just we really made the most of these opportunities because we were realizing, like, we're starting to stand out.
Yeah.
And that's and when you fill a spot, like you fill a role, you have to make the most of it.
Yeah.
And we were just starting to fill this tag team role everywhere. It was like people needed tag teams.
Yeah.
And we were just kind of slotting in everywhere.
Yeah.
So this was
good,
MCW.
It's what you want. Make yourself wanted, man.
Yeah.
Make it valuable.
Yeah. Yeah, so I gotta give some credit to Digital Beard here, because, and from that previous one too, he took that last one as well. He's an amazing photographer. He's honestly caught some of the best photos of me ever in wrestling. But yeah, this was when, like we were talking about before, that kind of year-long story of Rocky and the Parea, and this was when we'd had enough now. We're sending him. We actually literally put him in a grave. There was a grave like on the left side.
Really?
Of the table. It was a boneyard match or something. No. What was the boneyard match? That was Undertaker and AJ Styles, wasn't it? Yeah. No, what was it called? It was called like I don't know what it was called, but it was like a buried alive match, and we buried him. We ended up burying him. Yeah, so that was fun. But yeah, like, you can just see it there, like we're just evolving and just getting better, and now we've got the blue, and I love those trunks.
Yeah, the blue is sick.
Really nice trunks. Yeah, Zumbo, just the best. She's made all of my really good gear.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's sick, bro.
Yeah, so again, like just the physiques now, and the beard's gotten thicker, and the getting the different colorways on the trunks, and it's all sort of starting to come together. So that's the Samu Legacy Cup trophy in New Horizons Pro Wrestling over in Perth.
Nice.
So that was a big honour for us to win that.
Yeah, for sure.
And that made us the number one contenders at the time. And then we went on to win those tag titles too.
Nice.
So yeah, loved going over to Perth and working for those guys. They were fantastic. They always took really good care of us.
Oh, that's good, man. That's
Yeah.
good. Looking good there. It's a good photo.
Thanks, man. Love that shot. Yeah, so there's the first match with the Natural Classics, and then whatever that is, like the 15th or something, I don't know. Yeah, BCW, yeah. So that was just like, I don't know, we felt the need to get a little bit of a milestone shot there with the four of us.
Good.
Just because we'd gone to battle so many times, and there's just so much love and respect there. And
Massive changes though. Look at
Just yeah, like
Oh.
just with all four of us, you know, like look at even them in that first shot.
Yeah.
Like just babies.
that.
You know,
That's
like look at Stevie and Tommy, you know, like they just look so different
yeah.
in those first ones.
It's
But
crazy,
yeah, man. Yeah. That's
so good.
that's backstage at BCW.
It's a lot of muscle in one
Oh
body.
yeah. A lot of chaos, a lot of meat. Yeah, so I think that's the same night maybe, yeah. So we got the BCW tag title there.
Nice.
So that was a good one because we really enjoyed going over there and working for Matt and you know, just doing those Friday night BCW shows. And we just go out there and just wreak havoc, and we had a very very ethnic friendly audience. They really took to a lot of our behaviour, and I remember I actually rammed Stevie's head through the wall in that venue, and we got in a lot of trouble for that. And yeah, because apparently they just had that wall resurfaced, and I ran him from like 3 meters away and just sent him straight through this wall, and his head just went straight and made a hole like this big. So yeah, we had a lot of like fun on those shows, and had some like really random encounters with like Tito Santana from like the 80s was on one of those shows, and like, you know, just like randoms like The Godfather and like Tajiri and like just like all like I know like RVD's wrestled there a bunch, like Kurt Angle came one time, like just like hell random like international imports he brings in. But yeah, like that was good to win those titles, and then just because like when you get a championship right on the indies, really all that like the biggest thing is that like it ensures that you're going to go back. You know. So it's another rep and it's another payday.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it puts you in the box seat.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a great achievement.
Yeah. So that's around the same time with inaugural OPW tag team champions. Yeah, nice. So that was on the TNA Impact Down Under tour, and it was that one in Wagga Wagga or Ballarat? There was a couple of those. I think that was the Wagga Wagga one.
Oh yeah.
And it was in like a big basketball arena, so that was good fun. Nice. I think we were on the Australian showcase. But yeah, we made sure we took some pictures in front of the Impact banner, and we were the first champions. So, you know, wanted to take those titles and put them on a pedestal and legitimize them, and had a good match with Top Tier. They're a great tag team from over in Brisbane. Really good dudes. And I remember this match was in front of like the whole TNA locker room, and like, you know, we're like Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley were up there, and I was like, oh, like, you know, because they were supposed to come down for World Series that year, and then they both just like blew up. Like I think Alex Shelley won the world title in TNA, and then like so they couldn't end up coming anymore. And I was like, oh, but like at the time we thought they were coming, and we were going to wrestle them. So I was like, oh, bro, like we have to put on a good match in front of Sabin and Shelley, and we did our best, and walked out the champs, and that was that year. This is the same year now, so picked up our second one that year.
Nice.
Second tag title that year, so it was a good time.
Good, man, good.
Just staunching around. I remember I had knee surgery a little bit before this, so that's why I wasn't wrestling. I was in a suit, but like, you know, like how's the aura maxing on that shot with the pyro going off in the background? Got the shirt. I got the Whoop watch there on the left wrist. If you look closely, doing the old belt buckled up on the chest look, you know. Sunny's inside, like what a malaka, you know, like you can imagine how the crowd were responding to that.
It's a great photo.
Great. BCW always a good time.
Nice, very good photo.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's a classic. Yeah, so this was proud. This was a proud moment for us, man. You know, just to have all those, just to be draped in all that gold, you know, and like, you know, particularly like, you know, the way we started compared to the way we finished in MCW was like such a gratifying experience because it was just such a like testament to our persistence because the first time we ever worked there was with the Brat Pack, and they, like I was talking about before, like of like, you know, just getting devoured by your opponents. Like that night those guys just devoured us. Like we had no business being in there with them. They just knew that crowd, and we just, you know, the expression sink or swim, we sunk. So to then, you know, a few years later, it was like 4 years later, to be the tag team champions and to be, you know, mainstays on the show, coming over from Adelaide, and to have the title and winning them in another ladder match, main event in Thornbury Theatre, you know, and then the other one was, you know, the title that I still hold, which is the, you know, my half of the World Series tag title. I remember when they announced that they were going to be bringing in a tag team division, and I was like, I was probably like 21, 22 at the time, and like, you know, the Young Bucks were holding it, and the Briscoes, and I was like, man, like, I would love, imagine if, you know, the Parea could become World Series tag team champions, you know, and it was just seemed like it was so unachievable. So then to be then like holding both those titles simultaneously, you know, and just like, and owning it too. And then to have like another Melbourne championship and a Perth championship, and then another like international, like the OPW titles, like a bit of an international kind of spectacle, those shows. Just to have all that all at once, you know, was like, you know, a real testament to our commitment, you know, and yeah, that's the fruits of our labour in that shot there.
It's amazing, man. Amazing achievements. Like, just to see, like, you know, you've only been wrestling 10 years, and the list of achievements just keeps getting longer and longer, and it's not just one time off. Like you said, you've had multiple times of different belts and stuff like that. So
absolutely,
it's an awesome resume, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. A lot of it's timing, you know, like it's you, like in life, you need to be in the right place at the right time, and when, you know, success happens when preparation meets opportunity. So we just would always stay ready and always be prepared, and just always try to find. During COVID, we really like focused on figuring out how we're going to set ourselves apart from the rest. And then, you know, what followed was this like, you know, 3 or 4 year run that just took us all the way to the top. We just were the first choice everywhere. It was great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great planning, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. So there's interesting story. So poor Gabriel actually got really sick. Just there was no way he was going to be able to travel. And poor guy had to go to hospital.
Oh shit.
And I had to go. I actually went on tour on my own. I went to BCW on a Friday, and then I went to NHPW in Perth on the Saturday. I flew Adelaide to Melbourne, then Melbourne to Perth, and I took both championships. Because I wanted to show that I wouldn't back down from anybody. And I said, even though my tag team partner's not here, I don't care. I said, I've got a championship to defend, and you know, if you guys want some, come get some. So I walked out there with my 2 belts, and I ended up facing Jebediah, who's another really solid dude from down in Perth, and we had a great match together that night, and walked away victorious. And I got the dual belts on the shoulders there. So
nice, dude.
Yeah, so those were some really good times with all those guys. That was our first trip over the US together in 2024. And we went and stayed at Demi and Matt's new place down in Florida. And just down the road actually is Alistair Black's house, and he has his school at his house. So
cool.
Yeah, we got to go down there and train, and thought we'd take a staunch photo of the group of us on the ring there. And those were good times, man. Those were just really blissful times. Just, you know, getting to reconnect with Demi, you know, after all those years of her being gone, and just getting to know Matt, who was a big, you know, inspiration to me, and, you know, him to become a friend and a mentor and all that sort of thing, and just just to soak up all of his knowledge
Yeah.
at that time. You know, it was really cool, and then also, you know, getting to be in there with Malachi or Alistair or, you know, Tommy, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
You know, he was a cool dude as well, and all of his students were really nice and really forthcoming and really welcoming, and
Awesome.
yeah, it was cool to go down there. So yeah, it's a great shot, man. That's a moment in time. That shot really just puts into perspective like where we were headed at that time. So yeah.
No, for sure, man. It's a great photo.
Mm-hmm. Poor Katie Trey, just absolutely copying it. So these shows were unreal.
Yeah.
I loved those. I think I only did 2. I've only done 2, maybe. Yeah, I think only 2.
Yeah.
But they were so good, and I remember like telling Cree, like, you know, if you guys are doing those big shed shows, like, can you get us on? Like, and we just had a great time. I remember we lapped it up and got up on the bar afterwards, and smashed a couple of beers. It was good, man. Good times.
They're great. They are great shows.
Yeah.
Unfortunate that it's gone now.
I
but
know. I was
very-
spewing.
Very, very good shows.
Spewing. There it is, the Greek tickler. And you can see the transition again, like the physique, like look at
the abs.
look at the abs there, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, this is just like to all the wrestlers watching that, you know, are just trying to figure out like what things are going to look like for them, you know, like you just got to do the work, keep doing the work, and it just comes, you know, and it's never ending, you know, it's never ending. Like as soon as you stop, it goes away, so you just have to keep on doing it. Definitely. And your body's always gonna fluctuate. Yeah. So yeah, I was looking pretty good at that time.
No, looking very, very good, man.
Thank you.
It's very good. Look at that. Whoa.
There you go. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, so you compare that picture to one of those early photo shoots, you know, it's just like, this is just sort of like the complete package now, like as a fully fledged, you know, persona. Like that is Eli Theseus, you know, like that is what, when I started that character and I started that name and that personality and I was embodying all of this is what I hoped to achieve, you know, like that's the epitome of it in one photo, you know. And I was very, very proud of my work, you know, to be able to achieve that kind of physique and to, you know, just be able to know like that what I am. You can see it in my face, you can see it in the way I'm posing, and you know, it's just complete. I feel. Yeah.
Definitely, man. No, it definitely shows you've come a long way, and matured, developed, and captured what you wanted, man.
Thanks, man.
It's a great little photo there.
Appreciate it. Amazing. So that's Matt Cardona, Zachariah. Well, he's Matt Cardona now again.
WWE,
which is really cool. Yeah, so this is in Brisbane. So you know how I was saying before about Sydney?
Yeah.
So if you think Sydney hate us, like, let me tell you, like, I wouldn't be surprised if I actually wouldn't be allowed in Queensland, especially after this show. This was something else. So this is against the Bollywood Boys and the Maharaja.
Yeah, right.
in a 3-on-3 street fight, and it unfortunately didn't end well for the three of us, but we tried our damnedest, and the Maharaja is quite a strong man. He threw me around from pillar to post, and there was some shitheads in the crowd over to the left there. That I thought it'd be a good idea to drag one of the Bollywood boys out there and fix him up in front of these dickheads that were running their mouths, and then what it turned into was me being held and having drinks thrown in my face.
Oh, no.
So it was a disaster. The whole thing was a disaster. I don't know what Cardona's plan was, but it didn't work. So yeah, we had a few run-ins with some pretty serious cats when we were kicking around with Cardona on the World Series tours. But usually it blew up in our face.
Yeah.
Amazing
experience though, hanging out with those guys. It's crazy.
For sure. Yeah. And so there's another character, Riddle Bro. He's just a champion. Yeah. I haven't had the chance to get in the ring with him. I'd absolutely love to.
Yeah,
It'd be really
yeah.
cool. But yeah, he's just a solid dude. I think we took that photo because he actually crashed my photo shoot. I was getting some pickies done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was just like, because you can see where I'm standing, like the lighting's good.
Yeah.
The shadows on the quads there with the veins and everything. So I was like, I just want to get some pictures in my white gear. And then yeah, he snuck up behind me and we got a photo with our belts. And yeah, he's funny, man. He's a tripper. On that tour, I spent a fair bit of time with him. I just like after the shows, I was just hanging out with him, just meeting him, and like we were just talking shit. Like he was just telling me stories and stuff. Yeah, like he's cool. So yeah, I'd love to get in there and mix it up with him. It'd be cool. He's the Australian champion.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice. That's a good photo.
Yeah.
Here he is.
There it is. Yeah. So then this is the evolution into the current form. Yeah. So that's me at the end of last year, unveiling Ilia to the world and giving everybody a glimpse of what that's going to look like. And yeah, just trying to fill it out, man. Like you can see there's a change in the demeanor. Like there's a bit more going on beneath the surface there, and you know I'm carrying the cross there as well around my neck, which hasn't been seen previously, and you know got the wreath around the trunks there too, and carrying that Greek key from the Parea over into Ilia as well. Just wanting to take things from the previous incarnation and carry them over into the next.
Yeah.
And just excited to just see it evolve from there. So yeah, like I was saying before, from that Eli Theseus shot we saw, like, you know, this is also just like if this is what we're trying to achieve, you know, we've captured it in this moment, you know.
Yeah. No, it's a solid picture, man.
Thanks,
solid picture.
Appreciate it. Yeah, so that's like the one and only, you know, appearance so far for Ilia. Yeah. So I did go over to Perth and get a couple of matches in with EPW, but they haven't been, you know, really showcased online or anything. So this was my first, I say sort of my first and only match as Ilia. And just, you know, getting out there and a tough test with Edward Dusk and on a big MCW show in the Thornbury Theatre, and just seeing how the audience would take to me, and got the new boots and the new trunks and the new hairstyle and coming in with that Superman punch there. But good, yeah, man. Yeah, it's so excited for many more of these opportunities and just to carry it into the next stage.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man, absolutely.
Yeah. Once again,
beating up Dusky.
Yeah. Nice. Fixing him up. He wouldn't go down. Easy.
He's a tough guy.
He's a tough guy. Yeah. So yeah, you can see, you know, like there's, you know, he's gone through a lot to get to that point. You know? Ups and downs, many battles on the battlefield and behind the scenes, and he just wants to kind of just show the world that he can stand alone. And spread the message that I feel I've been sent here to spread, you know, because as much as we do this for passion and as a way of doing business, you know, we all have a message that we've been sent to spread, you know, from God, you know. So I'm trying to refine what that is, and I think the Ilia character is very much, you know, it is something that's been sent from God, and it's something that I'm trying to bring to the world.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
Yeah. So this is this is what you're going to see in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
Nice.
I will. I plan on slipping the Eli Theseus trunks back on.
Going back to that name.
Yeah.
Nice.
And draping that championship belt over my shoulder, and standing side by side with the Kreas again, and defending our hard fought world title. You know, I call that a world title because it's defended on an international level.
Yeah.
And that's my high. I say, you know, my highest achievement, along with the MCW tag title. I sort of see that as my highest achievement because it was won when we were at our height.
Yeah,
and
sure.
the sort of competition that we were mixing it up with was super high level. So yeah, I'll go and get another defense or 2 or 3 or 4 of my world title and on to the next thing.
For sure.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's a
Fresh, man, the suits.
Nice.
We just look like, you know, I would argue that we just look like we belong, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
Solid, man, solid. And I think this might be our last one.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so
Getting some reps in.
yeah, man. Yeah, so I've been spending a lot of time down there lately. Originally it was just sort of to shake the cobwebs out, but now I feel like I'm really finding it again and just finding my way around that ring and just strategizing and plotting and just kind of testing little things out, and people don't even know that I'm doing it, and it's just I'm scheming, you know.
Good, man,
I'm just
good.
ready to go because the competition that I'm going to be up against in a couple of weeks' time is going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough. So I've got to callous that body and callous that mind, and I just wanted to send a little message in this post. Those who know, but for the most part, you know, we're putting Riot City back on the map,
Nice.
and
nice.
we're repping World Series Wrestling. So yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be good.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, Ilia, thank you for looking at those photos, going down the trip down memory lane. Such an awesome career so far, and you know, you're only just getting started. You got this refresh, reboot. You're only going to be onto bigger and better things, man. So
Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward to seeing what you do at World Series as well. It's going to be great.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you.
All right, Ilia, I'd love you now to plug your social media, events, merch, whatever you got coming up, man. All the links will be in the description below, but where can we find you?
So I'm the most active on Instagram, the Ilia official. You'll be able to find me. And I'm also on Twitter as Ilia Prophetis, and you can also find me on Facebook as well as Ilia Prophetis. So yeah, definitely jump on. I've got a lot of exciting things in the pipeline for all of my fans around the world and all of my loyal followers and everybody in my inner circle that's been cheering me on, and I look forward to proving you all right. As I emerge from the shadows and come into this next phase of my life and my career. And I'm looking forward to sharing the journey once again with you all. So thank you for your support.
Awesome, man. Awesome. That's a perfect way to end it. All the links will be in the description below, guys. Get behind him. It's an exciting time. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. World Series is just that first stepping stone, but it's going to be a huge rest of the year and onwards. So, Ilia,
Absolutely.
thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you, my friend.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Blast.
Thank you for joining me on another episode of Beers and Brawls. Another huge thank you to our guest Ilia. Amazing to see his journey from all the way back at Eli Theseus through the Parea and now what he's become and what he's going to go on to. So make sure, get behind him, get behind local wrestling in your state. Hit the links below, give us a follow, give us a like, all that sort of stuff. Until next time, cheers.